Good morning, coders. I really apologize about that last episode. I completely botched it by playing sound. Hopefully you can watch that one with the sound off. But we're gonna be going over the fly stuff anyway today. Um, Hopefully that you didn't miss too much with that last episode. Watch it with the sound off, see what the code is, and try to not ruin your ear holes. Once again, apologies. I messed up. My sound engineer was out of town and couldn't find a replacement. All right. So now we really want to make it so that our game has flies that like continually reset or respawn. So the way we're going to do that is by first making a function that resets the fly. So we're going to just make a function real quick and call it fly reset. And instead of destroying the fly, we want to use that same fly over again. We're just going to call fly reset when the laser is touching the fly. So what does it mean to reset the fly? Well, if the fly gets to the edge, we want it to reset. And if it dies, like we have here, then it gets reset. So we're going to need one other conditional that checks if fly.x is less than 0, then we will also need to reset the fly. So let's call that function in here, fly reset. And then what do we do when the fly resets? Well, we want the fly to appear back over on the right-hand side of the screen. So once it gets to 0, we want it to appear back here. And I probably want to make the fly appear like some kind of random spot up here. So the fly right now, we spawned it at a y coordinate of 280. So I'm going to probably use that as my minimum. So I'm going to set fly.y equal to, but I want it to sometimes appear a little higher because if we're on a platform or something. So we're going to put it between 280 and, so 280 is the max, my apologies, 280. And we want to make the minimum maybe here, 100. There we go. So now I can shoot the fly. Oh, and it reset instantly where it was. So I also need to reset the x coordinate. So let's take this and go fly.x equals, the far right of the screen is 400 pixels. Boom. Oh man, that kind of sucked. So I was right at the right of the screen. Ah! Alright. Okay, we're good. We're making progress. Alright, so we have a resetting fly, randomly generated. Next thing is probably... well, platforms. I was thinking, how are we going to do the platforms? Because we don't want platforms to be randomly generated. Platforms are like what make up our level. We kind of want to make it so the platforms appear in a certain like a certain pattern. So like the next platform I want to appear is going to be like where the gnome can jump to, because I want to do like you jump onto this platform, then you jump up here, and then you can get like a coin if you jump again. Or I don't know, what should garden gnomes collect? I'm not really sure, but let's go ahead and add in the next platform into our game. So we're going to put these at the top again so it stays in the background. So platform 2 is going to be another platform for its animation. But where is the sprite going to be located? So I want the x coordinate to be higher than 400. So I'm going to put it at like 600. And then its y coordinate is going to be less. So maybe 100. Let's try that. So remember, every time we add a new sprite in our controls, we're going to have to also move it when the gnome starts moving, because instead of the gnome moving, everything else in our game moves. So we'll need to make sure we add into our controls function the ability for that platform2.x to move left and right. Alright, so there, oops, an error. Couldn't figure out what platform is. where did I mess up? Platform. Oh, platform 2. There we go. Oh, I got hit by the fly. And, oh, that's way too high. So let's put it down to 140. Once we figure out these numbers, then we can just use those same numbers. We can maybe make them as variables. I can't get to that one. 180. Let's try that. Maybe 100. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay, there we go. Ah, this is a hard game. I think I kind of want to move the gnome a little bit to the left, because when flies are, at some point we might want to add a camera to this, but when the gnome's right in the middle of the screen and the fly spawns right in front of you, it feels like pretty lame. So I'm gonna move the gnome to the left a little bit. I'm gonna put its x coordinate at 150. Just give us 50 pixels to the left, just to give us a little more response time. And then I can, oh, if the fly wasn't there, maybe I would have survived. There we go. Nope. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh, I didn't add the code to even be able to jump on a platform yet. Okay, so I just think it needs to move a little bit to the left, maybe 580, but that looks pretty good height-wise. And now I have to add the ability to land on it. So where is our jumping function? There it is. If gnome is touching ground, if gnome is touching platform. So we just copy this same code, and then we just change it to platform 2. Pretty straightforward. Eventually we're going to want to put all of the platforms into a group, so that we just have one for loop that checks all of our platforms at the same time. Great. And now I'm going to jump into Oblivion. And happy Friday. If anyone's going to Code Day tomorrow, hopefully I'll see you there. Make sure you check it out, codeday.org/Phoenix. You can get a ticket. If you type in the code PCA, you get 20% off. So, or if you can't afford it, you can just click this chat and say you need some help affording it, and they will get you a free ticket. They're amazing people. Hopefully PCA gets some winners out of this Code Day. Yeah, and that's it for today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday, because we have or Tuesday, because we have a 3-day weekend, which is thank the troops. All right, talk to you later, coders.